So today we are here with Mr. Geovanni. He is one of our former clients here at the McCranie Law Firm. And first off, Geovanni, I do want to thank you for granting us the opportunity to record this video for us. And I'm sure it's going to help a lot of those people that will be able to view it and helping them in a situation similar to yours, okay? So Geovanni, if we can start off, and something that I feel is really special or important about your specific case is because you are from out of town. You're not from Douglas, Georgia. Is that right?
Correct.
Tell us a little bit
I'm
about
actually
that.
out of state. I'm actually out of state. I'm an out-of-state construction worker. So working with you guys, it was my first time dealing with, out-of-state law issues and just, those things that come with it from traveling so much from work. So it was very different. It was something that I had to come up with really quick and make the most of it in a short amount of time. So
especially being in a new state, another state away from home, and then ending up with, of course, receiving a citation. And I know one of the main goal here was to keep this from affecting your driver's license. Can you tell us about how did you feel when you first, let's say, came to us or seeked our help?
yeah, so when this happened at the time, I had to quickly do my research, and I didn't have no one to go to for references and recommendations. So thankfully, you guys had a good review and good ratings on Google Maps, and I immediately called you guys up, and you guys broke the process down on how you guys can help me out, and the requirements and the paperwork you guys need from me. And I feel like you guys definitely did a good job on executing that in a timely manner, and I definitely got follow-up calls from you guys. And you guys kept me well informed, so that way I wasn't really, doing things that I wasn't supposed to do. For example, not sending the right emails or not contacting the right person. So sticking with one person throughout the case.
Now, and I'm sure, of course, it was a stressful situation also, for you, just being, you're just over here for work and then
Right.
having to have this stress on you. But what best is to have someone take that stress off your shoulders. And did that
Exactly.
happen here with our law firm?
Yeah, you guys definitely did that. I think the best part about the whole experience was the communication. If I didn't hear directly from the attorney, I think your team members were reaching out, giving me updates, just keeping me informed. And especially with this citation, I didn't want things. I wanted that citation to stay in Georgia. I didn't want it to leave and affect my cases or my case affecting me back home. If not, that creates a bigger issue, and I'm dealing with two things, and I may be in a different state, or I might be back home, and then I have to come back. So it was just great just hearing back from you guys and just reassuring me that you guys specialize in this, and you guys can definitely walk me through it and help me out. So I think you guys really did a great job on that.
No, thank you. Thank you for granting us that opportunity to assist you. And then also, especially from something important that you mentioned is you being a construction worker. I'm sure you travel a lot.
Yeah.
So that was really important to get the matter handled and not have it affect your license.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing because every state has different laws, and especially with Georgia, I learned quickly that things work differently in that state. And working with Mr. Chaz, he kind of gave me a rundown on how your court system works, which is a lot different than Arkansas and your traffic laws and stuff like that. So I learned quickly on how to compare and contrast how states work and operate in court systems. So he really educated me on that, and on top of the citations and just the legal things, and just basically just at the same time educated me and informed me and kept me updated. So it wasn't just about fixing an issue; it was about educating me as well. So I felt like I resonated with him a lot because from my background previously before construction, I worked in sales, and a lot of what we do in sales is troubleshooting and problem solving. So I feel like he really handled that really well, despite being him in a different industry than I was.
And now, can you tell us a little bit about how did you feel when all of this was finally over?
I felt really relieved. I felt really relieved because at one point, Mr. Chaz told me that they saw the video and then pretty much concluded that I ran the light. So that being said, there wasn't nothing he can't do, but he told me there's options. So there was alternatives. So that made me feel even better. I'm like, he's got options. There's another way out. There's another way he could solve this issue moving forward. So that being said, once we found a solution and we came to an agreement and we proceeded with that, it took some time, a lot of back and forth, of course, sending emails and paperwork. So at the end, when everything was all said and done, I felt relieved, and he actually called me back and told me that everything was cleared, good to go, that I shouldn't worry and I could move forward and leave this behind us. So it was very relieving. The beginning was the most, I guess, very anxious and very, I don't know, just overwhelming at first.
Right, of not knowing what to expect or what could happen.
Correct.
Right. Now, let's say if you would not have taken care of this matter or seeked help, how would it had impacted your life?
That's a good question. I think I would have, just asked the locals or asked, anybody in the area who they recommend. I think if it wasn't for George McCranie Law Firm, I think I'd be in a different position. I wouldn't have that guidance that I had at the time. It definitely would impact my license. If I didn't seek the help that I got from you guys, I would have to tell my attorney back home what I have going on, and then he would have taken my situation on a different route and different alternative. So I think regardless, I'd have to find different options to make this work. But fortunately, you guys were in the area and things went really well from the beginning. So I think you guys definitely helped me out. I think you guys, especially for my situation, I think you guys acted promptly, especially because I'm out of state. So I think that's the biggest thing. You guys understood my situation and acted accordingly.
Right. And now overall, how would you describe your experience with our office, let's say from beginning to the end?
My experience with your firm, I'd say with any case is overwhelming at first. Dealing with the law is overwhelming because you don't know what's gonna happen the next day, a week from now, even a month from now. So getting that situated in the first few moments and just pretty much helping out your attorney create those, get those resources together, the paperwork, the files, communicating efficiently, sharing the right information, and helping them have everything they need to move forward and how to address those issues. I think that experience at the beginning is the most difficult and most emotional and overwhelming. And then towards later on, moving forward, of course, it takes time with court cases and documents and, postponing court cases. That's when you kind of just, you settle and you kind of get a feel of the situation. And of course, communicating, that things are pending. And then towards the end, of course, if everything goes well, there's always a sense of relief and a sense of, I guess, freedom, that you're not tied down or anything. So I think that's the biggest thing.
I think definitely.
The sense of freedom, that you guys, we made it out and everything went well.
Taken care of. Right. Perfect. Now, and the last question is, any comments or anything you would like to share to maybe the people that will be viewing this video that may be in a situation in their lives right now where they're facing something similar to what you face, on how it is important to seek help, to definitely not go through this alone, because it can get to be very overwhelming for them. What would you say to these people?
Absolutely. That's a good question. I think the first few steps, or to break it down, would be just qualify the firm. That's what I did. I qualified you guys because if I can't qualify you guys, if you guys can't qualify me, then you guys can't get nowhere. So, and by that I mean just making sure that the firm specializes in what you're looking for. So in my case, I was looking for a firm that specializes in traffic law, citations, that kind of stuff. So that's the first step. 2 is just, have all the paperwork, the resources, everything in hand, and just like your license, anything that helps your attorney move efficiently, move faster, because time is of the essence. The sooner you can get things sent to your attorney, the sooner you can get things working and move forward. And 3rd, just stay out of trouble in the meantime. For sure, like if you got a case, with traffic laws, just stay out of trouble as your attorney's working on it. Get more acquainted with that state's laws and county laws. I know when I was working with Mr. Chaz, that same very week and that same month, I was looking up Georgia laws, traffic laws, how many points for this, how many points for suspension, after how many years that. Does DOT report it to your home state? That's a big deal too. Or I think back home they call it driver control. So they report it and share it, those kinds of things. So I was definitely doing my research. Of course, when you're dealing with this, it's inevitable you have to. You can't get too complacent. You got to do your part as well when you're working with an attorney. And lastly, just, just communicate. If you don't hear back from your attorney, it's always good to follow up with your team members just to see what's going on, if there's anything you need from them or they need from you, and just kind of being part of the team. Just trying to make sure that everybody's working together. And I think that's my advice for anybody really in my situation, being out of state, construction worker that has another driver control issue as well. And even being new to the area. So I think that would be my advice.
Perfect. And now, again, we do thank you so much, Geovanni, for doing this for us, for our office. It's really, really going to help us and help a lot of people. And I knew I said it was the last question, but one more. And
yeah, of course, go ahead.
Would you recommend our office, McCranie Law Firm, to friends, family, to any people that may have something going on here in Georgia?
Absolutely. I would definitely recommend George McCranie Law Firm to anybody really seeking any legal help. As a matter of fact, just because I'm not working with you guys right now does not mean I will not work with you guys in the future. So I know who to call when I'm in Georgia if I need legal help. I know where to go to, and I know that will be taken care of. And I feel like you guys did a great job in basically setting up a future business for previous clients. Just because we're not working right now may not mean we may not work in the future. So I definitely feel like for anybody needing legal help, to give you guys a call and just ask the right questions, stay diligent, and most importantly, play your parts as well.
Right. All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Geovanni, once again. And we do appreciate you granting us the opportunity to assist you and help you through that process. And of course, if you are to need us in the future, let's hope you do not, nothing else happens. But if you do, then we're here for you.
Right, of course. No, thank you guys for having me. Appreciate you guys reaching out to me. It means a lot, and I hope you guys made an impact in my life with my situation. I hope you guys can definitely make an impact on more people.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much.